Hello everyone and welcome to Camping with the Coles. Today I have a gear review for you. It is the Whale electric sup pump from Outdoor Master. Now last year I did a gear review and it was also from Outdoor Master and it was the Shark electric sup pump. The Shark is the #1 selling electric stand-up paddleboard pump on the market and it's a great unit. I've been using it for the past year and it is excellent. It's durable. It was my go-to sup pump. Well, this year, Outdoor Master sent us the Whale. And I hate to say it, but it's my new go-to electric stand-up paddleboard pump. Now, I want to be upfront with you about this. Outdoor Master sent this to us at no cost so that we would do a review of it. As always, though, this is my honest opinion of it, and I would not recommend something that I don't wholeheartedly endorse. Now, there's one big difference between these two pumps. You hold them up and have a look. What do you think the difference is? That's right. This one has a cord. This one does not. The Whale has a lithium-ion battery inside of it, and that's what powers it to inflate your paddleboard. With the Shark, you need to be plugged into a DC outlet, so you're going to be next to your vehicle when you're pumping up your paddleboard. With the Whale, you can be anywhere to pump up your paddleboard. You simply charge this thing up either with a DC outlet or with an AC outlet in your home or your trailer. And if you do run out of power on it or you forget to charge it up, no big deal. It has the cord for plugging into your AC outlet. And it has the DC cord right here. So you can use it the same way that you use the Shark. You can just plug this into your vehicle and continue pumping up your boards. The other big difference between these two is the price. At the time of recording this video in July of 2023, the Shark is currently selling for $137, where the Whale is selling for $257. And they have offered us a discount code for our viewers. So when you go to the website and you put in the discount code of Coles10, you'll get 10% off your purchase. And the shipping is always free. Now the two pumps are very similar. Both are two-stage pumps, with the first stage putting out 350 liters per minute of airflow, and the second stage 70 liters per minute. Both weigh 3.6 pounds, which is incredible since the Whale has a built-in battery and the Shark doesn't. Both inflate and deflate. Both come with 5 nozzles and 3 gaskets to blow up almost any brand of paddleboard, as well as kayaks and pool toys. I can store either of these in the backpack with the stand-up paddleboard, so there isn't anything extra to carry. And there's also a couple of differences. The Shark 2 can inflate up to 20 psi, whereas the Whale can only inflate up to 16 psi. Fortunately, my paddleboards require the inflation to go up to 15 psi, so either of these can inflate my paddleboards. Now there's a couple things that the Whale has that the Shark doesn't have. The Whale has 2 USB charging ports. So if you're down by the waterside or the beach, you can charge things like your cell phones, tablets, e-readers, Bluetooth speakers, whatever. It also has an LED light on the back to help light up what you're doing when it gets dark. Let's test this thing out, see how it compares to the Shark. So we have 2 identical paddle boards here. We have the Whale here, and we have the Shark right here. With the Shark, I'm going to be plugging it into a power station that I have, a 1,200 watt power station. This only uses 110 watts, so it'll have no problem for that. Here's how we hook it up. With the Whale, you press the power button and you hold it down for a few seconds till the screen illuminates, and then it's on, ready to go. You can set your pressure that you want it to go to. This paddleboard says to inflate to 15 psi. The Whale can inflate to 16 psi, so we use the up and down arrows to get to 15. It's at 15 psi now, so it's ready to go. If you want to use bar, you can use this button, switches it from psi to bar. We're in North America here, we use psi, and that says psi, so that's what we're going to go with. Now to attach it, you take this end of the hose. There's 2 ports here. There's a deflate and an inflate. You want to make sure you put it on the inflate port. And this coupling, it's nice, it spins around. doesn't make the whole thing spin around like often happens when you get the cheaper pumps. So you just put it on like that, make it nice and snug. Now on the other end, you have your choice of valves. There's 5 valves that it comes with and 3 rubber gaskets. So you want to find the right combination to fit your paddleboard. The easiest way is look at the pump that came with your paddleboard. Look at the end on it and make this look the same. So I know this fits my paddleboard here. These combinations will fit most paddleboards on the market. So we're just going to attach this to our pump, to our paddleboard, tighten it on, it's good to go. So now we're going to compare these two. We're going to put some time on the clock here, and then we're going to run them, and we're going to see how the whale compares to the shark. I already know the shark works great, so we're going to see how the whale compares. Now to turn these on, all you do is press the power button again. They're both illuminated right now, so here we go. Power button here, power button. In 3, 2, 1. They're both in the first stage of 350 liters per minute. And at about 1 psi or so, they'll switch over to the second stage of 70 liters per minute. The shark just went to stage 2. And the whale just went to stage 2. So the shark just finished at 15 psi, and the whale is still going at approximately 13 psi right now. So that's it. So the shark was definitely faster than the whale. It was about 1 minute and 45 seconds faster. One thing I am concerned about for that test to really make it accurate is there's quite a bend in the hose here for the whale. So I think I'm going to test it again in a minute just to see if that is normal. But for right now, we have about 1 minute 45 difference. Both of these are continuing to run right now. They've got a cooling fan in them to keep them cool. So they'll run for about a minute or so before they shut down. But yeah, great job. The shark went a little faster than the whale. So if you're really all that concerned about speed, maybe the shark is the way to go. But for me, I think I'm going to go with the whale, even though it is a little slower, just because I love the convenience of not having to be plugged into anything. So to deflate, you take the hose off the inflate valve and you put it onto the deflate valve. Same thing with the shark. Then you open up the valves on your paddle boards. This is the part that gets super loud, and the majority of the air comes out at that point, and then you'll attach the hose to it when most of the air is out, and that'll just suck the rest of the air out to make it real easy for packing. So here we go. So now the majority of the pressure is out. You can then attach this. And you do it exactly the same. You just press the power button, and now it's going to suck the air out. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We can turn them off now. Make sure you pop that pin back up on the paddleboard so it's ready to be inflated again. Now, like I said, I'm going to do another test here because I didn't like the way that hose was. I did that just so that you could actually see the numbers on the pumps. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set this down for a much more natural line for the hose. So it'll be much more like the Shark. We'll set the Shark there. And we'll do another test like this, where they both have hoses in a much better position. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. The Shark is done. The whale's at 1245, 12.45 psi. So I think that shows that the bend in the hose didn't make any difference at all. This time, the whale was actually 2 minutes and 13 seconds slower than the Shark 2. And I think it's because it has a lithium battery in it. When the battery's full, you get more of a charge, and as the battery goes down a bit, you get a little less of a charge, so it doesn't go as fast. Only shows that it's about 20% down, and that's doing 2 inflations and 1 deflation. And that concludes this test. I used the Shark 2 all last year, and I would highly recommend it. It is a durable stand-up pump that does what it's supposed to do. The most I inflated at once was 3 paddle boards, and it did it with ease. It's been knocked around a fair bit, but no issues. However, from now on, I think I'm going to be using the Whale for the simple fact that it doesn't need to be plugged in. I'm sure it'll hold up just as well as the Shark 2 has. It's made from the same company, Outdoor Master, and it appears to have the same quality and build. You can't go wrong with either of these. You can pick them up at the Outdoor Master website. It's free shipping. I'll put the link in the description below. And don't forget to put in the discount code of Coles10 to get 10% off your purchase. That's it for this gear review. Have a great summer. Happy camping. We'll talk to you in the next video.